Heather Rae Young and Tarek El Moussa's relationship is out of escrow and officially official.
Tarek and Heather Rae El Moussa seem like the perfect power couple. He's a house-flipping expert, and she's a real estate pro, both shining under the spotlight of reality TV. From the flipping El Moussas to selling sunset, they've built a picture-perfect life. At least that's what the cameras show. But if you look a little closer, cracks start to appear. From awkward first meetings to surprising revelations in interviews, not everything adds up. Are these just normal relationship bumps, or are they red flags waving right in front of us? Join us as we break down the signs that might tell a different story. But let's have a look at their relationship from the start. A chance meeting that changed everything. Tarek El Moussa is a well-known real estate investor and TV personality, famous for his HGTV show Flip or Flop, where he flipped houses with his ex-wife, Christina Hack. Heather Rae El Moussa, on the other hand, made her mark as a luxury real estate agent and reality star on Netflix's Selling Sunset. Known for her high-end property deals in Los Angeles, she quickly became a fan favorite on the show. Before they built their real estate empire together, Tarek and Heather Rae El Moussa lived separate lives in Southern California. Tarek had gone through a tough divorce and didn't think he'd ever find love again. Heather, on the other hand, had her fair share of failed relationships, but still believed her person was out there. In a 2019 Instagram post, she wrote, "I always kept an open mind when it came to dating. I just knew my person was out there somewhere, and one day we would be brought together." That day came on July 4th, 2019. Heather had no idea that hopping onto Tarek's boat to say hello to a mutual friend would change her life. But for Tarek, it was an instant moment of interest. She caught his eye, and he wasn't about to let the opportunity slip away. Heather later shared a photo from that day, calling it very special. She wrote, "This was the day Tarek and I met, and the very first photo we took together." But their story didn't take off immediately. In an interview for Tarek's Flip Side, an HGTV special, Heather revealed that she turned down Tarek's first proposals. He invited her to Paris. She said no. Then he suggested Vegas, which was another no. He even asked her just to go on a date, but she only agreed to meet for drinks. "I said we can go to drinks and that's it," she recalled. But once they met, they clicked. The date, which was supposed to be just an hour, turned into a night of bar hopping and deep conversations. By the time the night ended, Heather and Tarek FaceTimed on the way home. A few dates later, their relationship was official. A grand proposal and a dream wedding. A year after their first meeting, Tarek planned a weekend getaway for their anniversary. Heather thought it was just a romantic trip, but she had no idea what was coming. Tarek had a big surprise waiting. At a beautiful resort on Catalina Island, he led her to a breathtaking setup: candles, flowers, and a dreamy beachside setting. That's when she realized something special was happening. "I was confused for the first 15 seconds as I walked down the gorgeous candle and flower aisle, wondering what the heck is going on," she admitted. Then it hit her. "OMG, is he proposing? No way!" Even at that moment, she didn't want to assume. In my head, I talked myself out of it thinking, well, I bet it's earrings. I didn't want to get my hopes up. But it was much more than that. Tarek got down on one knee and Heather said yes. They spent the next 14 months planning their wedding, documenting every step from dress shopping to wine tasting on an HGTV special, Tarek and Heather, The Big I Do. The wedding took place on October 23, 2021, at the luxurious Rosewood Miramar Beach Hotel in Montecito, California. It was a Hollywood-inspired event, celebrating not only their love but also their blended family. Tarek, who once swore he'd never get married again, couldn't believe how much his life had changed. The night before the wedding, he reflected on Instagram. "If you had asked me 4 years ago, I would have told you I was never getting married again. Honestly, I didn't even think I would find love. But he did." Then one day, Heather jumped onto my boat, looked at me, smiled, and the rest is history. Thank God for that day. My life is so much better with you in it. Life in the spotlight and flipping together. Tarek and Heather didn't just build a life together. They built a brand. On March 2, 2023, their show The Flipping El Moussas premiered, giving fans an inside look at their home renovation projects and personal lives. Heather, who had years of experience selling luxury homes in Los Angeles on Selling Sunset, had never flipped houses before, but with Tarek by her side, she was eager to learn. "I'm always learning and soaking in everything," she said. Still, it wasn't easy. She quickly realized that flipping wasn't just about making a house look pretty. "This is my first time flipping homes, and in the beginning I was trying to spend a lot more money, raise ceilings, take down beams that needed to hold the roof up." But Tarek stepped in to guide her. "I learned there are certain things in flipping that you can't do." Their life became a mix of home renovations and personal milestones, but while they seemed like the perfect team on screen, their fast-paced, high-pressure lifestyle left fans wondering if cracks were forming behind the scenes, a growing family and a few red flags. Heather was always open about her fertility struggles. She shared her journey through in vitro fertilization, IVF, on social media, keeping fans updated on every step. But in a surprising turn, she got pregnant naturally. Tarek was completely caught off guard. "I thought she was showing a COVID test," he told People in 2023. "It was a pregnancy test." Their son Tristan was born on January 21, 2023. It was a life-changing moment for them both. "The second that I saw our son come into the world, it was just a life-changing experience," Tarek told HGTV. "It reminds you how precious and how valuable life really is." As they adjusted to parenthood, they also took on another big project, building their dream home in Newport Beach, just 1 block from the ocean. But while everything seemed perfect, behind the Instagram posts and TV specials, some cracks have started to show. Relationship experts like Nicole Moore, a celebrity love coach, and Susan Trombetti, a professional matchmaker, have pointed out several red flags in their marriage. According to them, the issues go beyond typical couple arguments. It's about unresolved past problems, imbalanced power dynamics, and emotional control. Tarek's past anger issues. One of the biggest concerns experts highlight is Tarek's history of anger, especially during his previous marriage to Christina Hall. Fans of Flip or Flop might remember how things ended between the former couple. It wasn't just a quiet breakup. It involved a 911 call and a gun incident. Nicole Moore explains, "Tarek and his ex-wife famously got into fights on the set of their show, and there was an incident involving a gun that led to their divorce. That incident happened after a heated argument when Tarek ran into Chino Hills State Park with a pistol. He later claimed it was all a misunderstanding, saying he took the gun for protection from wildlife. But the situation was serious enough for police to get involved. According to Susan Trombetti, he has the potential to be violent, which is scary. Guns and marital disagreements shouldn't go hand in hand." Even after his divorce, reports of Tarek's temper didn't completely go away. In 2021, TMZ reported another outburst on the set of Flip or Flop. This time, it was directed at Christina. The argument started when she gestured that filming was about to begin. Instead of brushing it off, Tarek allegedly exploded, yelling at her and comparing her to Heather. He reportedly shouted, "Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! It's called winning!" Heather later downplayed the situation, telling Us Weekly, "People have to remember they're co-workers and they are exes. There's going to be little frustrations here and there." But calling the rant little didn't sit well with many fans. It made them wonder if Heather was ignoring warning signs. But that's not the only thing. Another red flag experts point out is the power dynamic in Tarek and Heather's relationship. Power struggles and imbalance between their relationship. While they often present themselves as equals, some moments suggest otherwise. One example is Heather's controversial tattoo. In 2021, Heather revealed she had the words, "Yes sir, Mr. El Moussa," tattooed on her backside. When asked about it, she told E! News, "I did it as something special for my fiancé, my future husband. I will be Mrs. El Moussa, so this is my name. And it is a special thing that we do around the house. Daddy is the boss, I'm the queen of the house." but the internet wasn't convinced. Fans flooded her Instagram post with negative comments, questioning why she'd choose such submissive wording. Heather ended up deleting the post, but the controversy didn't stop there. Nicole Moore explained the concern perfectly. While Heather claimed the tattoo was a cute inside joke, the words do indicate a subservient energy. It could point to the fact that Heather sees herself as below her husband in some way. Susan Trombetti agreed, saying, "Heather Rae is very submissive to Tarek. Even though it was a joke, it tells a lot about their relationship." Speaking of which, fans of the flipping El Moussas have also noticed how Tarek often takes charge, sometimes coming off as domineering. On Reddit, one user wrote, "I think Tarek is a narcissistic severe type. There's an episode with Heather saying, 'You were wrong,' and his eyes change. He flips the dialogue and you can clearly see the trait. He is abusive and controlling, but I think Heather thrives on him having control, as he also gives her the life she couldn't have without him." Speaking of which, did you know that they moved in after just 4 days? Tarek and Heather Rae El Moussa didn't waste any time when they first got together. In fact, they moved in together just 4 days after they started dating. Tarek himself admitted this in a January 2021 Instagram post. "I came home with Heather Rae Young after 4 days of dating, she moved in, and we never looked back." While quick romances might sound exciting, experts warn it's usually not a good idea. Relationship expert Susan Trombetti didn't hold back. She said, "It doesn't take a matchmaker to tell you that's too quick. Anyone can spot that from a mile away." She also pointed out that Tarek seemed to be looking for emotional stability after his messy divorce. "He appears to be looking for someone to throw him a life ring," Trombetti added. Their relationship moved fast in other ways too. Just a month after they met in July 2019, Tarek introduced Heather to his kids, parents, and even his sister. He excitedly told Entertainment Tonight, "She is just so adorable. I introduced her to my kids last night for the first time. My mom, my dad, my mom's husband, my sister, so we're doing it. Very excited." But not everyone was excited about how fast things were moving, especially Christina Hall, Tarek's ex-wife. He admitted he hadn't even told her he was dating someone new, let alone that Heather had already met their children. "I haven't talked to her about Heather yet, so that's probably a talk I should probably have pretty soon. Like probably today, considering I'm talking about her on TV now," Tarek confessed. For many, this kind of rush is a red flag. Trombetti explained why. "Although it's been working, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and I don't see this as forever." Tarek needed to process the mess his life became before committing to a new partner. Another concern is how quickly Tarek moved on from his first marriage. Unfinished business with Christina. Tarek met Heather just a year after his divorce from Christina. According to Nicole Moore, given that Tarek met Heather only after a year of being divorced, it's possible that he did not fully heal some of the issues that were a problem in his first marriage before starting a new relationship. This might explain why Tarek sometimes brings up his past, even in moments that seem unrelated. During his 2021 argument with Christina, he reportedly told her that Heather was hotter and richer than her. Comments like that don't just hurt feelings. They show unresolved bitterness. Heather, for her part, has always defended Tarek. She once told Us Weekly, "Tarek and I are best friends. We share everything, and we're completely open with each other." But experts warn that ignoring past wounds can lead to future problems. Heather herself admitted that their relationship moved fast. They went from dating to engaged within a year, and not long after, they were married and expecting a child. While whirlwind romances can work, they often skip important steps in building a strong foundation. Is it all for the cameras? Now some fans wonder if their relationship is more about image than reality. Since getting together, Tarek and Heather have turned their love story into content for shows like The Flipping El Moussas and Selling Sunset. While it's normal for reality stars to share their personal lives, it raises questions when every milestone is filmed for TV. Even their engagement seemed made for the cameras. Heather admitted she had no idea Tarek was planning to propose during their Catalina Island trip. "He kept everything a secret from me. I thought he was just being extra romantic for our 1 year," she wrote on Instagram. Their family life also plays out publicly. When Heather got pregnant after struggling with IVF, they shared every moment with followers. Tarek told people, "I thought she was showing a COVID test. It was a pregnancy test." While sharing personal moments can be heartwarming, some experts believe it adds pressure. When a couple's relationship becomes part of their brand, it's harder to admit when things aren't perfect. Heather's obsession with the relationship. Before Heather started dating Tarek, her social media was all about her career, lifestyle, and glamorous life as a luxury real estate agent on Selling Sunset. But once she got with Tarek, everything changed. Nicole Moore, a celebrity love coach, pointed this out. While Heather was thriving on Selling Sunset before meeting Tarek, her content made a drastic shift almost immediately upon starting to date him. It seemed like her entire online persona became wrapped around their relationship. From Instagram posts gushing about their love to constant updates about their life together, Heather's social media turned into a highlight reel of her life with Tarek. Moore explained why this could be a problem. While it's great to be proud of your partnership, it's a red flag when one partner makes the bulk of their persona about being in the partnership. This kind of behavior can sometimes show a loss of identity. Heather, who once stood out as an independent woman with a successful career, now seemed more focused on being Mrs. El Moussa than being herself. Finding the right balance is important in any relationship. As Moore put it, it's crucial to adore your partner while still leaving enough space for yourself. Unfortunately, it looks like Heather might have crossed that line without even realizing it. Tarek's type, same look, different name. One thing that fans quickly noticed when Tarek started dating Heather was how much she looked like his ex-wife, Christina Hall. The similarities were hard to ignore. Blonde hair, slim build, stylish fashion sense, and even similar mannerisms. Relationship expert Susan Trombetti didn't find this surprising, but she did find it concerning. Tarek has a type. Lots of people do, but this is just something you gravitate towards because you feel familiar either with a look or behaviors that draw you in, she explained. While it might seem harmless, Trombetti warned that it could actually be a sign that Tarek hadn't fully moved on from his past. It's a bad thing because you can end up dating the same person with a different name repeatedly, she added. Fans didn't hold back either. During an Instagram quanda, one person even asked Heather directly, "Are you trying to look like Christina?" Heather, clearly frustrated, clapped back, "How would I be trying to look like someone? Last time I checked, I've looked like this my whole life." She even added sarcastically, "Yes, that's my ultimate goal, and I even rushed to a doctor to change my whole appearance." To her credit, Heather has tried to laugh off the comparisons. In one TikTok video, she and Tarek even poked fun at it. While waiting for coffee, Tarek accidentally mistook Christina for Heather, leading to a playful slap from his wife. "Well, I guess it is confusing," Tarek joked, but for experts it's less funny and more concerning. Trombetti summed it up best. Christina and Heather Rae look so much alike. It's like he is trying to replace her or continue the relationship with his first wife. If dating someone who looks like your ex isn't complicated enough, imagine working with that ex while being married to your new partner. That's exactly what Tarek and Heather are doing with their upcoming HGTV competition show, The Flip-Off. Working with the ex, which means trouble, waiting to happen. Set to premiere in 2025, the show pits Tarek and Heather against Christina Hall to see who can flip a house for the biggest profit. It might make for entertaining TV, but relationship experts see it as another red flag. Susan Trombetti didn't sugarcoat her opinion. Working with an ex can't be great. It would be nice if they could make a clean break. That would give his relationship with Heather a fighting chance. Nicole Moore agreed, pointing out how difficult it must be for Heather to watch her husband work so closely with his ex. It's unclear how much the decision to work with Christina was Tarek's and how much was Heather's, but it's likely that the idea of working so closely with her husband's ex-wife might have caused some upset in Heather. This situation could also stir up old problems between Tarek and Christina. As Moore explained, working with an ex-spouse can trigger the problems that caused the relationship to end in the first place, so it's possible that Heather may get caught in the crossfire. Even worse, Moore suggested that Heather's submissive nature might be why she agreed to the show in the first place. Heather may be so obsessed with her relationship and keeping Tarek happy that she may say yes to things she doesn't actually want to do just to keep the peace. While Heather continues to stand by Tarek's side, it's hard not to wonder if her loyalty is blinding her to potential red flags. And with Christina still in the picture, both personally and professionally, the future of this marriage might not be as perfect as it looks on Instagram. And that's the biggest red flag of all. Are Tarek and Heather truly happy behind closed doors, or are they just keeping up appearances? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more such stories.